Happy Monday and post-Thanksgiving's week, everybody. My name is Brandon Rosa, and welcome to episode 288 of the Xbox in 10 podcast, your weekly source of Xbox gaming news covered in around 10 minutes. Every Monday, this podcast covers new game releases, the previous week's gaming news, and we all learn an Xbox-related fun fact together. This show is on YouTube and podcast services around the world, so please subscribe to your favorite and leave a review. Xboxin10.com, no numbers, is your quick source for links to all of our podcast destinations, and social media profiles, which you can follow at Xboxin10. To start, let's talk game releases. There were no big games out last week, but the games coming out this week include Get to Work, Cricket J's Really Peculiar Game, God Survivors, Fantasia Neo Dimension, Highway Police Simulator, Mythwrecked Ambrosia Island, Love Too Easily, Overthrown, Railroads Online, UFL, The Thing Remastered, Uncle Chop's Rocket Shop, Beat the Machine Rebooted, Endless Deaths, Kitten Island, Gen Ken Up, Marvel Rivals, MasterChef Learn to Cook, Shadow Tactics Aiko's Choice, Path of Exile 2, Westfield's Law, and Taboo Trial. Now with last week's biggest news stories, and in a slow week, we have 4 to go over. Number 1. Xbox is shutting down the Avatar Editor app and offering refunds starting in January. Kat Bailey at IGN writes, Xbox is removing the Avatar Editor app from the Xbox consoles and PC, ending support for the revamped characters first introduced in 2018. Xbox quietly announced the news on its support site over the weekend, saying that the app will no longer be available starting January 9th, 2025. The end of Xbox Avatar Editor support means that users will no longer be able to access Xbox avatars or any of their purchased Avatar items. Xbox says it will refund all Avatar purchases made between November 1st, 2023 and January 9th, 2025. Xbox is specifically ending support for the avatars introduced as part of the Xbox Avatars update back in 2018. Which were touted as more detailed, expressive, and creative than their predecessors on the Xbox 360. Xbox says it will retain support for the simpler Xbox original avatars, which will continue to work in supported Xbox 360 games and will be accessible via the Xbox Original Avatars app. One way or another, avatars feel less and less important these days. In its FAQ, Xbox said it was ending support due to low engagement and a shift in focus toward delivering other player experiences, knowing that players can still personalize their experience with dynamic backgrounds, profile colors, and other options. I cannot tell you the last time I opened up the Avatar Editor app on my console. I didn't even really know this was still a thing that was supported. Obviously, this was big in the Xbox 360 days. Who remembers Doritos Crash Course? Who remembers 1 vs 100? These were essential games that did use the Xbox avatars, and I loved them. End of an era. Number 2. Stalker 2 gets a massive Xbox update with over 650 fixes. Tom West at True Achievements writes, GSC Game World is rolling out a huge Stalker 2 patch for Xbox Series X and S and PC, with the Stalker 2 Update 1.01, patch notes confirming that over 650 fixes and improvements are included. When returning to collect the Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl achievements after downloading the Xbox First-Person Shooters patch, you should see performance improvements, better item pricing, and more. While this update doesn't add anything new, GSC Game World has squashed a plethora of bugs in today's update. Controller dead zones have been increased, several changes to the rookie difficulty should make things a little easier, and a number of tweaks to mutants will make some of the tougher variants where we're looking at you controller easier to kill. As for items, GSC Game World has reduced the weight of some mission items, such as the scanners, and some items are now more valuable to sell. The patch increases the prices of artifacts and upgraded weapons, as well as reduces the cost of repairing gears. I want to include this as this seems to be a game that is being talked about very positively, but the one big thing that it has going against it is all the bugs. Hopefully 650 is enough to make a substantial step forward in getting this game in a more stable condition. I'm going to give it a few more months. I have too many games to play anyway before I give this game a shot, but I am excited to do so as I continue to hear those good things. Number 3. Xbox says it's still blocked from selling and launching games from its Android app. Google says it isn't. Chris Scullion at Video Games Chronicle writes, Xbox and Google have seemingly provided conflicting takes on whether Xbox is allowed to sell and launch games from its Android app. In October, a U.S. judge issued a permanent injunction ordering Google to open its Android marketplace to competitors. The ruling, which was supposed to come into force this month, means Google will not be allowed to block the distribution of third-party Android app stores through Google Play. At the time, Sarah Bond promised that the ruling would mean that, quote, starting in November, players will be able to play and purchase Xbox games directly from the Xbox app on Android, end quote. However, in a new thread posted on Blue Sky on Wednesday, Bond claimed that while Xbox is ready to implement these new features, it's currently blocked from doing so. Bond says that because Google requested an emergency stay, essentially passing the ruling to give it time to appeal a ruling that says, quote, threatens Google Play's abilities to provide a safe and trusted user experience, end quote, Xbox can't add its promised features until this is lifted. Quote, "At Xbox, we want to offer players more choice on how and where they play, including being able to play and buy games directly from the Xbox app," end quote, Bond wrote on Blue Sky. Quote, "I recently shared our ambition to unlock these features first with the Google Play Store on Android devices in the US while other app stores adapt to meet consumer demand. Due to a temporary administrative stay recently granted by the courts, we are currently unable to launch these features as planned. Our team has the functionality built and ready to go live as soon as the court makes the final decision. We are eager to launch and give more choice and flexibility to players," end quote. However, in a statement given to The Verge, Google appears to challenge Bond's version of events, claiming nothing is stopping Xbox from adding the features it's promised. Quote, "Microsoft has always been able to offer their Android users the ability to play and purchase Xbox games directly from their app. They've simply chosen not to," end quote, Google spokesperson Dan Jackson claimed. Quote, "The court's orders and rush to force its implementation threaten Google Play's ability to provide a safe and secure experience. Microsoft, like Epic, are ignoring these very real security concerns. We remain focused on supporting an ecosystem that works for everyone, not just two of the largest game companies," end quote. October's ruling was the most significant development yet in Epic Games' long-running antitrust lawsuit against Google. Before it was appealed, the ruling stated that from November 1st, for a 3-year period in the US, Google would not be allowed to pay developers to launch apps first or exclusively through the Play Store, be barred from offering manufacturers or carriers incentives to pre-install Google Play, or to not pre-install rival stores on new devices, not be able to force app makers to use Google Play billing, not be allowed to require a developer to set a price based on whether Google Play is used, not be able to restrict developers from pointing users to external payment options outside of the Play Store. Xbox has been talking for some time about launching a mobile app store, with head of gaming Phil Spencer stating last year that Microsoft was already preparing for the date, at which case this would be legally possible. What an interesting back and forth. I mean, Xbox really needs us to go through not only an Android, but to continue the battle with Apple and be able to have consumers purchase directly from their stores versus the Google Play and their rips that these companies take. It's going to be interesting to see how this develops, and two behemoths really going at each other. Number 4. Fortnite Chapter 6 adds a roaming Godzilla and much more, Wesley Impool at IGN writes. Fortnite developer Epic Games has pulled back the curtain on Chapter 6 update, confirming the arrival of Godzilla. Chapter 6, which kicks off on December 1st, sees Godzilla terrorizing the New Japan theme map. The Fortnite Chapter 6 Season 1 Hunter trailer shows a number of other smaller Japan-inspired bosses, as well as new weapons available to players such as samurai swords. Also confirmed is the arrival of Big Hero 6's Baymax. Earlier this month, Epic announced changes coming to the Fortnite Battle Pass model that will see its standard price getting a price increase for the first time. Fortnite has long offered its standard pass for 950 V-Bucks, but starting November 1st, the price will increase by 50, bringing the total asking number to 1,000 V-Bucks. The real-world cost of V-Bucks will remain unchanged. You can pick up 1,000 V-Bucks on the Epic Games Store for $8.99 right now, and you'll still be able to earn chunks of V-Bucks by reaching certain Battle Pass levels. Meanwhile, the price of the 25 Battle Pass reward bundle is going down from $1,850 to $1,800. Solo Newsweek wanted to highlight this as the trailer is pretty cool, seeing a roaming Godzilla throughout the Fortnite map. Makes me want to go give it a shot. But sad news that even Fortnite is not impervious from rising inflation, for the Battle Pass going up an additional 50 V-Bucks. As always, we end our show with a fun fact about Xbox, and this one is about a really cool accessory that's coming out that you can pre-order now. Credit to Chris Scullion at Video Games Chronicle. So 8-Bit Duo is releasing an official Xbox version of its retro keyboard. It's announced that an official licensed Xbox version with a color scheme based on the original Xbox console from 2001 will go up in January for sale for $119.99. And if you can, please Google this. It looks so cool. I really don't have any reason to buy this as I barely game on my PC, and I have this old Corsair mechanical keyboard that I really like. But the design is freaking awesome. Go check it out. Thank you all for listening to the Xbox in 10 podcast, your weekly source of Xbox gaming news covered in around 10 minutes. If you like the show, please subscribe on your favorite podcast service, share with friends, leave a review, and follow all social media at Xbox in 10. This past week, I haven't played much more than Call of Duty, both multiplayer and Warzone, snagging 4 wins in back-to-back nights with my buddy in Duo's Resurgence. Really enjoyed that. My name is Brandon Rose. You can follow me on Xbox at Rosa93. Hope you all have a great week, stay safe, and keep on gaming.